Oh no, up in the Grandad's allotment. So it's the 18th of March today. First real time I've had a chance to get up to the allotment to do some work. I did some bits in January when we had a bit of better weather, but we've not had much good weather for the last couple of months. So first time in the allotment, in the greenhouse, and it's March, so it's time to sow some seeds. I'm going to do my onions first and pot up my my sets, so I'll show you what I'm doing and then I'll tell you about what seeds I'm sowing. Right, so what I'm doing this morning is sorting out my onions, drinking tea. These are my onion sets and shallots. I said I wasn't going to do them, but we've got a new local garden centre. Well, it's not a garden centre, it sells bird feed and animal feed and stuff like that, but it's just started getting seeds in and you know, sets and stuff like that, compost. And I've actually been able to manage to get some clover compost, which I've never been able to get around this area, apart from, you know, allotment shops, and I tend not to be around on Sunday mornings to go to allotment shops. But this place has got clover and it's just along the road from me, so, and you know, try to support local businesses, so hence why I bought some bits. You know, there were 3 packs for £5, so I've got some snowball onions, some red sun shallots and some Stuttgarter onions. So I've got them. These were some what are the dahlias and stuff that we got from B&Q. The wife came back in with, so I'm just going to set them away as well. Right, so like I say, I'm just going to put these into cell trays. It's a little bit early to go out and a little bit wet at the minute outside for to get them out, but I'm going to start them off in cell trays. I'm not using my good or the clover compost or the seed cutting compost for these. I'm just going to use spent compost from last year, because they're not going to be in very long. You know, just going to get the roots and then we'll put them out in probably a month's time. So let's just fill this up. So I'll just fill it up with spent compost. I'm sure you all know how to do onions and shallots, but see if I can get these in. So these are red sun shallots. Take the loose skin off the top. Do a little bit of a hole. Pop them in. Obviously, pointy ends to the top, nuts to the bottom. I probably would have gotten away with leaving these for a bit and put them in just into the ground, but gives us a bit of a head start. At least if they've got roots around them when I plant them up, and the birds aren't going to pull them out. Don't need loads of these, you know, shallots, because obviously they split and make more shallots by the nature of what they do. So I've got 8 here, and I'll probably get, you know, 5 or 6 off each one. So 40 odd shallots out this packet. Right, that's the shallots done. I'm just going to stick a label in. I'm going to do my Stuttgarter and my snowball, and I'll come back in and show you what I'm doing in a bit. Catch you there. Right, I've planted up all the shallots and the onions. I'll show you what I've done with them a little bit later. But I'm just starting to sort through my tomatoes. I'm having a bit of a cull this year on tomatoes. Last year I did nearly all heirlooms, and I just did too many, and to be honest I was working away all the time. Sorry, a bit of a biscuit. I was working away all the time and didn't have the chance to look after them, so bit of a disaster with tomatoes last year, but I've still got quite a few from last year, so I'll just go through them while I'm planting. I'll show you how I do it, and then I'll finish off at the end. But this year, because I did all heirlooms, I'm going to go back to doing, you know, the bog standards, you know, the ones that are going to come through and give you good crops every year, year in, year out. And these ones I'll probably do about a dozen of each, and these are the ones I'm going to give away. You know, when everybody asks you if you got any tomatoes, these are the ones that they want and stuff. So these are the last of the Wilco seeds that, you know, I got one Wilco closed, unfortunately. Money maker, good all rounder. You know, good crops. You know, salad sort of size tomato. Just a plain red cherry tomato. Gardener's Delight, again, good all rounder, good cropper. You know, kind of go wrong with it, comes through it every time. And then Ailsa Craig. So 4 sort of bog standard tomatoes that everybody grows, and you know you're going to get a good crop. 1 cherry, and the rest are sort of salad sized tomatoes. So they're going in. I'll probably do a dozen of each of them. Trying to get these in order. Did these last year from Simply Seeds. These are first in field, and these are an outdoor tomato, so they'll be going out, you know, outside, not kept in the greenhouses. They did all right, to be honest, because they were outside and they were getting watered and getting left to the thing. So that's a good one. Got good results with that last year. Again, another one, Golden Sunrise. Again, another outdoor grown tomato, but a yellow, orangey yellow, big sort of salad sized tomato. So they're my outdoor ones. My big sort of beefsteak tomatoes and bigger end of tomatoes, San Marzano. That's a tomato that you would traditionally get in tinned tomatoes. So you know, big, it's a cooking tomato. So that one, and then my other beefsteak, the only one I've got, where is it? Where is it? Livingston's Golden Queen. So that's a big yellow beefsteak tomato. So that's those ones. So they're beefsteak and cooking tomatoes. So the cordon ones that I'm growing, you know, they're the ones that grow upwards and you tie up and you take the side shoots out. New one for this year for me, Vivacious, and that's from Grown Local, and that's an orange sort of plum tomato, quite prolific. So it's a new one for me for the cordon. Again, another new one, although I think I did it by a different company last year, Black Moon, again from Grown Local. Cordon tomato, sort of salad size but black. Green Zebra, these are from Pennard Seeds. I did a lot of Pennard last year. Germinated really good, and you know, got them the seedlings off, but never looked after them because I was away. So that's a green stripy, Green Zebra it's called. That's cordon tomato, and that's a small cherry green and yellow stripy tomato. Again from Pennard, black Crim, which is a dark red black beefsteak tomato. And then Cherokee, again from Pennard, Cherokee Smoky Purple, again another large sort of beefsteak tomato, purpley red in colour. Plum tomato, again Niger plum, that'll probably go in with the cookers, but a dark purple plum tomato. And my sort of determinate ones this year, they're the bush ones that you just sort of let grow. I've got Japanese black truffelli, which is again, it's a small black cherry tomato, bush variety. The bush ones this year, I think I'm going to put in the middle bed. I'll show you in a minute, the middle bed. And I'm going to put more tomatoes in the other greenhouse this year. Tumbling tomatoes, Cherry Falls, done that for years. You know, good tomato for baskets and stuff. And then again, these are all indeterminates. So black opal, bush tomato, small cherries. New one for me again, that's from Grown Local. I think I have done that before with another company. Emerald Green Envy, which is a sort of small plum, yellowy green tomato, cherry tomato. And then large cherry plum, this is Shimmer, again from Pennard's, and that's a red, dark red tomato with a silvery tinge to the top of it. And then the last three, variety that I only did last year, and that they're sort of a scrambling tomato, wild tomato basically. So I've got Argentinian wild currant and Mexican wild cherry, and then giant grape. So these ones are from Pennard, and the wild grape is from Seeds to Suit. They're really tiny tomatoes, sort of pea size tomatoes, sort of things that you'll just go around picking and eating as you go, and they scramble all over. And I'm potentially going to put some underneath the benches, and then they'll go outside, a couple of them as well, and you just leave them, let them get on. Not a great, you get a massive crop, but they're a bit of a nightmare for to harvest. They're just the sort of thing that you'll sort of brush past and eat. So that's my tomatoes for this year. I'm going to start sowing them. I'm not doing masses of the heirlooms, maybe it's 3 of each, with the option to get one decent one out of them, because I don't want loads. I'm going to concentrate on the bog standards, money makers and that sort of thing, with an aim to give them away, because I'm growing them for other people as well. Right, so I'm going to finish my cup of tea, finish my biscuit, and I'm going to start sowing. Catch you in a bit. Right, I'm going to start to sow my seeds. Just going to do a few, show you how I do it. I'm using brochure seed and cutting compost, only because that's what I could buy at the time when I was doing my onions in January, and this is the bag I had spare. So no particular reason why I went for this one, apart from that's all I had in January. I normally don't use seed sown compost. I normally sort of make my own with vermiculite and stuff, but I've got this, so I need to use it up. Once this bag's used up, I'll go on to the Clover Professional. So the bog standard tomatoes I'm doing the sort of money makers and stuff, I'll do in these little 3/4 or quarter size trays, because I'll be sort of just broadcasting them and doing a few. And then I've got little lids for to go on these as well. I'll be doing loads of these, so I want probably about a dozen plants, so I'll use up all the seeds in one tray. Because, you know, 50p and they're probably 2-year-old now, so get them covered. Just a gentle bit over the top. I'm going to stick that in there because that's the label. So that's how I'm going to do all my bog standard ones in the little 3/4 trays. I've got some individual cells for the rest of them in a little planter. And there's 12 cells in each of these. And I only really want, you know, 3 plants from each. So these ones I'll use a little dibber. Dib a little hole in. And then pop the seeds in. So let's go for these. These are the Japanese black trifeli. I haven't got many of these, I've only got 1 seed left, so it's going to be a one-off. That one. Cherry Falls. Do a row 3 of these. Difference is when with these single cells is if they don't all germinate at the same time, you're a bit messy. Whereas doing it that way, the whole lot will probably germinate at the same time. You'll sow on, but some of these might be tiny, and you've got to put them on. So you're left with half cells. But because I don't need many, I'll do it this way. So these are black opal. Doing 3 of these. And last one, oval cherry. Right, I'm going to get these labelled up and I'll come back here when I've finished sowing them all. Right, so I've finished putting all of them tomatoes up, I'll show you what I've done so far. Right, just before I show you them, I'll just show you this. So this is where I log all my seeds that I've sown, you know, bit by bit. So every seed has got a number, or every variety's got a number, a germination date, what it was sown in, and you know, the date it was sown. And this is from another YouTuber, Happy Days Veg. You can get them off Amazon, and worth doing. I can transfer these onto my spreadsheet when I get home, and you know, it's easy for when I'm up with the allotment. Right, I'll show you what I've done. So this is my tomatoes, the 2 bog standard ones, Moneymaker and Gardener's Delight, in there, just a full packet of each, and then 3 cells, or 3 of each different variety. So I think I've got 20, well, I've got 20 varieties, and they're heirloom ones and 2 bog standard ones, so 22 varieties of tomatoes this year. A little bit less than last year. I think I had 35 last year, but it was just way too much. And what I did earlier with my onions and shallots. So these are just my strawberries, which I had on runners from the hanging baskets there. These ones here, they're my hanging baskets. Just sorted them, sorted the runners from last year, so they'll be getting donated to charity. I've just set up my dahlias just in some damp compost, just to start and rehydrate them, and they'll start and shoot away from there. And then I've got my onions and shallots into cells. So all in all, not a bad day's work. I'll quickly show you outside. Right, not a lot to show you, to be honest. Beds are still covered up from what I did in January when I came out. I pruned all of these fruit trees, but you can see they are starting to shoot now. So not a lot to show, a bit more tidying to do. Daffodils are out, but I have got a harvest. I'll show you that. So I have got a bit of a harvest. My purple sprouting broccoli is up, so I'm going to take a bit of that. To be honest, I'd given up with these and just folded them in because the cover was blown over, but yeah, I might as well harvest a bit of that before I go. Right, there you go. Not a bad little harvest of sprouting broccoli. Right, I'm going to head off home. Right, I'm going to head off home now. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Catch you all on the next one.